We think that he had his fingers behind here, behind the wood back here, and it's simply cut through where he had his fingers behind the wood, and the wood has gone through the saw, and it's got hold of his glove here, in one finger, and then he's been pulled into the saw, and all 4 fingers were cut in half here. We cordoned off the area by the saw in order to see if there was something wrong with it. It's important to cordon off the area where someone's been injured if there are some insurance issues relative to the saw, and if the person who stood at the saw had set it correctly. Therefore, it's important to cordon off the area where the injury occurred, so that the Danish Working Environment Authority, and the police for that matter, can take a report of how things were when he was injured. It may well be that the seriousness of the accident could have been less if he hadn't had gloves on, because when he stuck his fingers into the circular saw, maybe the glove pulled his fingers into the saw. But as the saw stands out there, it would have been difficult to avoid. We've now introduced a ban on wearing gloves whilst working. And of course, we've had an extra review of our stationary machines out there, even though there were some people who thought they knew how it worked. And subsequently, we've had a 4-hour session in the workshop, where we've gone through safety in connection with all the stationary machines. People in the workshop have seen the injury that happened out there and clearly understand why one mustn't use gloves. They've seen what it looks like when you've been pulled into a circular saw because you had gloves on. To ensure a focus on safety in the workshop, it's important to regularly inform employees about how one must respond in particular situations when an accident happens in the workshop. We've had people into staff development interviews every year to see how things work in the workshop. There are also questions about which accidents have happened during the year, what we can improve in the workshop. Therefore, it's really important to talk about it and not let it be a taboo, because it's people we're dealing with out there.